using effects to create atmosphere and making your guitars pop out of the mix. Alright, so this is kind of a follow-up video to my using guitars to create texture video. So if you haven't seen that yet, pause this video and go check that one out. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get those texture tones and also how to really boost your main lead tones just using delay and reverb. So I'm going to start from the basics, and then I'll show you guys some more cool stuff that you can do to really make your guitars pop out. So I'm gonna open up a couple more songs from my band Prather, and I'm gonna show you how I go about getting the tones for that. So right here I just have a shreddy, pretty casual solo. And first I'm gonna show you guys it with no effects, just the straight guitar tone, pretty similar to my rhythm tone. I just use a different cab setup for it. I prefer to use a different cab setup for the lead tones and just get more of a bassy sound and separate it from the rhythm guitars. So here's that soloed. So it just sounds kind of dry. So first I'm going to start by adding some delay and reverb. And most amp sims have a delay and reverb, but if not, you're going to have to get a third-party plugin for that. For delays, whenever I first started out, I had a hard time figuring out how delays really work, what you want to do with the timing and stuff. So I say for faster stuff, you're going to want to set your delay to 1/8 time. And then for slower, more melodic stuff, I'd recommend 1/4 time. But for this one, since it's a bit faster, I'm going to use 1/8 time and then turn it down in the mix a little bit. I don't want too much delay on this. So let's hear that with just the delay. So it already makes it pop out a little more, and the delay's not too heavy since we have it set to such a fast time. You don't want too much delay if you have a faster solo like this. And then the reverb, I'm also going to go a bit lower in the mix. All that really matters on the reverb is the length and mix knobs. That's all I really focus on. So I'm going to turn the length and the mix down again since this solo is a bit faster, but I'll show you an example of a slower solo that might need some more reverb and delay in just a second. So I'm actually going to give it a bit more reverb, and then it'll really make this solo pop out of the mix a bit more than if it didn't have those effects. So for this specific solo, I'm also throwing on a chorus. So I'll open up the settings for that here. I'm using bias effects for the chorus because I love the effects from this. So I just disabled the amp and then added in this chorus here, a stereo chorus. So I'm gonna go kind of light on this, probably about turn it down to 50% in the mix, just so it's there a little bit, and then make this solo pop out even more. So that's an example of a faster solo. Now I'm going to show you guys another trick I like to do to make solos feel more wide. So this solo here, this one's a bit slower, so I have the delay set to 1/4 time, just so the delay feels a little more prominent. And then I also have the reverb mix turned up a little bit, so the reverb's a bit stronger. So I'll play this one for you. So I thought that solo felt a bit dry, so what I did was I duplicated the track here, so this is the same take, and then I panned them left and right, and then I moved one of them off about 10 to 15 milliseconds. As you can see, the one on the right is pushed off a little bit, and then what that does is it makes the solo feel wide, and it's similar to when you track your rhythms and you do 2 tracks, a left and right track. It's similar to that, but it feels a bit tighter since it's the same take. So that really makes that solo feel a bit wider. It's almost similar to using a chorus or a doubler. Now I'm going to show you guys some more fun things that you can do to really spice up your guitars, and I'm going to go to a different song to do that. Alright, so in this song, this is the demo for the song. I have the solo leading into, I have a little intro solo leading into the verse. So the way I went about this is more on the texture side of things, so make sure you watch that texture video before you watch this one. But for these tracks, I put on a heavy reverb to kind of put them in the background, and then I automated the panning so it moves from left to right kind of slowly, but it just feels like the guitar is moving around you. So I put a heavy reverb on this one and a chorus. I'll play it in context and I'll turn up the effects track, and you can see the panning automation down here just to make it feel like it's moving around you. You can do that with your mouse wheel, or I have a fader port over here just so it's easy for me to automate stuff like that. But I'll play it in context and then I'll solo the tracks and show you what's really going on. So at the end of the solo, I'm really just making noise with the guitar, and then it switches to this track with the heavy reverb and panning to make it move around, and it really creates an atmosphere for that part of the song. So that's all I'm really stressing about the texture and atmosphere thing, is you really just want to make noise and use cool effects that aren't used too commonly, and really make your guitars pop out and turn your whole song into an atmosphere. So when you're using guitar effects, I say if you have a main focal point lead going, like a solo, don't overdo the effects. Just a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay will do the job just fine. But when it comes to this texture stuff, go completely overboard with the effects. Just lots of reverb, chorus. If you have a plugin like Bias Effects or have a lot of pedals, just go completely overboard with any effects you can find, anything that sounds cool, and just have fun with it. I'll show you guys a bonus trick. This is one of my favorite things to do right now, is create almost like a synth tone. So to get a tone like that, you just have your main, this is the main guitar. I duplicated the track twice and then made a left and right pan, and then on the right side I use a pitch shifter to move it up 1 octave and then move it down 1 octave on the left side, and it gives you this cool synth tone. And then that really makes the guitar there pop out of the song more. And shortly on the channel, I'm going to be doing a video all about guitar tone in general, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you guys are in a band and you're interested in growing your Spotify, go to our website and sign up for our email list, where every month we send out the best free content for growing your Spotify.